Deep in the Grand Norzelian mines lay a most unexpected discovery. Crystals of pure salt. Now in possession of knowledge that could alter the course of history in Norzelia, the members of House Wolford gather at Whiteholm Castle to discuss their next move.
Unexpected though it may be, the salt crystals are now ours. How shall we proceed?
Carefully, for it has the potential to alter the balance of power across Norzelia. This is an opportunity to reshape the realm to our benefit. We must be strategic.
It's a target on our backs is what it is. There'll be no peace for us so long as we hold them.
Hyzant will set upon us with a fury we've never known if they hear of this.
She's right. They will stop at nothing to defend their faith.
Nor will Esfrost go quietly into the night.
Then let us prepare for when word does spread, rather than fret over how long we can keep the secret. Whether we protect the salt as ours or find another way to use it, we must act soon.
What say you, Your Majesty?
We find ourselves at a crossroads. Not just as a kingdom, but an entire realm. Our decision will touch every life in Norzelia. I too wish to act quickly. But I beg you all for a moment alone with my thoughts.
Your caution is admirable, but ill-advised. Hesitation could cost us everything.
That much is obvious. Yet I cannot race headlong into the unknown when so much depends upon us.
Benedict, I find myself unmoored as well. I wish to hear from all present before we decide upon a course of action.
As you wish. Pray let it be swift.
Serenoa, answer me this. Can I count on you to walk the path with me, whatever it may be?
I was named Lord of House Wolford long before I was inducted into the Saintly Seven. And I've been your friend even longer still.
Say no more. Take the others to Castle Wolford and await my word. Likewise, inform me of any movements from Hyzant.
As you wish. Until we meet again.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Things are about to go off. We have salt. Lots and lots of salt. Which we got last time. Just want to make sure, things record. Okay, we're good. I'm very skeptical about some things sometimes. Oh, it's all. Alright, let's start here in Asfrost. The changing of the time spares no one, not even the Norzelian Consortium.
Have you heard the popular rumor, Lord Claris?
That Hyzant intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
So it's reached the Consortium then. Is it true?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Hyzant's help, not to mention restored relations with them. Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable, but the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Esfrost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon. But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the Consortium continue trading with Hyzant?
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolford's actions from here on will be key to the Consortium's decision.
House Wolfort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
Okay, so they're watching me, seeing what I do. Twinsgate. Gustadolf gathers his troops at Twinsgate and rallies them by revealing that the Grand Norzelian mines and salt crystals have been taken from Asfrost. Oh, poor guy. You're being played. I mean Svarg.
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers in arms, here at Twinsgate. I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the Grand Norzelian mines. Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us. What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolfort is led by one of the saintly seven of Hyzant. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals, and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Hyzant will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek the crystals for themselves, that their reign of terror may continue unimpeded. Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Esfrost if we are to counter this grave threat. But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Hyzant to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzelia in their name. The Duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twinsgate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death's Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike back at Hyzant. The false goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Hyzant reduced to rubble along with her. Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day are written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost!
For Esfrost!
Oh yes. The Death's Knell will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Hey, I wouldn't whisper. There's 3 guardsmen behind you, and they could be spies for him. And now the Hierophant's Palace. Word of assault crystals within the Grand... Oh, they know. Well, seems like everyone knows now. That's not good.
Ah, Milo has sent a dispatch from Glenbrook.
Oh, darn, she did tell on us. Well, that's a shame.
Deep within the Grand Norzelian mines lies... It would seem salt crystals were found within.
Impossible!
The discovery of salt outside the source explains Gustadolf's recent provocations.
How can you be so calm? The teachings tell us that salt is a blessing, bestowed only upon the goddess's followers. The discovery of these salt crystals is an existential threat to Hyzant.
Salt crystals are salt too. We need only keep word of this discovery from spreading.
Of course. But how?
The Hierophant has spoken. Minister Exham, you shall raise an army and seize the Grand Norzelian mines in Hyzant's name.
Yeah, everyone's now racing for the mines, and we are trapped in between. We're about to face a war from both ends. Oh boy.
The Hierophant asks us to invade Glenbrook?
Do you have another way to silence King Roland and his royal hounds in House Wolfort?
Minister Serenoa is one of us, and thus is honor-bound to heed the Hierophant's word. But we know not if he will do so, or if he will cast his lot with his precious king. You shall ask him yourself when you surround Castle Wolfort en route to the mine.
And if he resists?
You are free to deal with him, as we do with all who forsake the goddess.
Yep, okay, we're in trouble.
Hyzant has learned of the salt crystals. Minister Exham of the Saintly Seven wastes no time in mustering his army, which now marches on the Grand Norzelian mines. Elsewhere, Gustadolf amasses his own forces at Twinsgate in anticipation of the war to come. All eyes are on Glenbrook, where Roland and Serenoa's pronouncement could touch off a battle for the soul of Norzelia. After much deliberation, Roland makes his way to Castle Wolfort to inform Serenoa of the decision that now weighs heavy on his heart.
Well, he better hurry, because right now we have an army coming to us. Yeah, okay, this seems like we're getting near the finale, because everyone's on the march for war. Roland visits Wolfort, tells Serenoa of his decision. Before that decision, I'm gonna save it. This is what we call a safety save, everybody, because I have no idea what's about to happen.
I appreciate you coming all this way, Roland.
I was the one who asked for your time, so it is only natural I make the journey. I wish to tell you that I finally made up my mind.
And I would hear your decision if you were willing to share it with me.
I've long pondered over the one thing that Norzelia needs most. I thought back on the Salt Iron War. 30 years have passed, yet the root of our conflict remains the same. Each nation still thinks only of itself, wishing to fill its coffers even at the expense of others. But who bears the brunt of such a war?
The people.
Exactly so. The avarice of the ruler is an existential threat to their loyal subjects.
And yet without that wealth, the people suffer just as much. They languish in poverty.
This much is obvious. But there can be no winner without a loser. Remove one, and you necessarily remove the other. If we achieve equality, we achieve peace.
And how do you propose we achieve? No. No, surely you don't mean...
I honestly do not know what he's thinking.
Yes. The goddess's teachings. All can live as equals under the goddess.
Oh.
An authority greater than any king.
He's gonna accept Hyzant and the goddess's teachings.
The model nation was in front of us all along, Serenoa. The holy state of Hyzant.
Okay.
I have decided that we must give the salt crystals in the Grand Norzelian mines to Hyzant.
And in so doing, you'll give them control of all Norzelia.
Exactly. There will be no more squabbling over salt. Norzelia will know eternal peace at last.
Unequal peace, surely. One built on the backs of a people like the Roselle, if not the Roselle themselves.
I am not blind to that fact. But so few will suffer for the good of so many. Nothing in this world is perfect, Serenoa.
Good thing Frederica's not in this room right now.
The sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. It's the only clear answer, and one I would give every time I were asked.
Submitting to the goddess will rob you of your kingship.
So be it. My crown, my pride, They're but small prices to pay for peace.
You are truly prepared to throw it all away.
Join me, Serenoa. Let us unite Norzelia under the Holy State.
Roland, this is quite sudden.
I understand. Pray, take all the time you need. I expect Frederica will want nothing to do with this plan, seeing as it forsakes her people.
Oh yeah, if we go to your plan, I think my wife's leaving me. My wife-to-be. We still haven't gotten married.
I am already mourning the rift this may cause between you. But I shall not be swayed. This will be my final act as Glenbrook's king.
Are we gonna share the plan with everyone else? And I got a feeling Frederica's gonna go off. Yeah, here we go.
King Roland's anguish plays plainly across his face. It pains me to see him so tortured.
I am not surprised. The future of our kingdom, to say nothing of the entire continent, rests upon his shoulders.
Pray tell, what do you intend to do about the salt crystals?
Oh, they're about...
In truth, I cannot decide.
Now she's gonna give me her side, what we should do with the crystals, probably. Let me guess, give him the Asfrost.
Salt is too precious to be hoarded. We've a duty to share it with the people, which is...
Where the difficulty lies, yes. The source makes that all too clear. Salt lies at the heart of every war in Norzelia.
Would that the boundless salted sea of Rosellan legend still existed. We'd have no need of conflict if there were a source of salt for all.
My love, if I may, the discovery of the salt crystals has made two things plain to me. The first is that my mother spoke true in the legend she passed on to me.
And the other is that the goddess's teachings are nothing more than a lie built to constrain your people.
Just so. We are guilty of nothing. Yet the Roselle languish in the source, where they are looked down upon and forced to work until they die. Entire generations lost, countless lives given to Hyzant's cruelty. Cruelty created to justify Hyzant's own avarice and lust for power.
Such is the ugly lie at the heart of their teachings.
One revealed by a crystal of the mineral they hold so dear. The time has come, Serenoa. The Roselle must be freed. The salt crystals have brought us to the brink of war. We can harness this unrest, incite the Roselle to rise up and rebel against their captors.
I am with you. Believe me, I am. But you make it sound so...
Simple. Yes, I know. But the suffering of my people is so distant for everyone else. We can no longer wait for someone to do the right thing. Help isn't coming. Why else would my own mother incite rebellion? We are alone.
I swear to you, none of this feels distant to me. The Roselle live in my domain. I am betrothed to you, my dear. It couldn't feel any closer.
And I thank the stars that I have you by my side. I do. In truth, that's why I think this time will be different. Why I'll be able to accomplish what my mother could not.
So she wants to basically use the salt to start a rebellion for the Roselle to basically fight against Hyzant. Not like fight, but to rise up against Hyzant and become their own independent people again. Problem is, it doesn't deal with the two armies at our front door.
I agree, but the risk is immense. Suppose we succeed, what then? Hyzant will not let us go quietly.
Of course not.
And when that time comes, you can lead the Roselle to Centralia, just as your mother wrote about in the book she left behind. Beyond the Great Falls and the Falk's domain at the end of the Norzelia River, the ancestral home of the Roselle.
But that's just a legend.
We've already found one legend to be rooted in truth. Perhaps this one is as well. And if not, at least you'll be safe from harm.
I doubt Benedict will share our feelings, though.
Oh no, is Benedict gonna have a plan?
Abandoning all we've built to embark on a journey fraught with danger in search of a legend. Yet no matter how perilous the path ahead, I would happily walk it at your side.
So I got two ways. Give Hyzant the salt. Oh, wait. Oh, I got a third way, probably.
I trust you understand what a monumental effect the discovery of these salt crystals will have on Norzelia's history.
Okay, this is what I think. Roland wants me to go with Hyzant. All Norzelia becomes part of Hyzant. Frederica's not going to be happy, probably leave. But then if we do Frederica's plan, she mentioned Benedict's probably not going to like us. Benedict's probably leave. But everyone will fight to be free and go south, where no one's really want. And if I had to guess, Benedict is going to give me a plan that is going to make us give everything to Aesfrost and team up with them. But then Roland's not going to like that, because everyone died in front of him by Aesfrost's hands. That's my guess.
Whatever course of action we choose will determine whether House Wolffort leaves a legacy in that history, or is expunged from it.
How would you proceed, Benedict?
I would do all I could to keep it from falling into Hyzant's hands. They already control the source. With the crystals in hand, they will solidify their grip on the realm and in time dominate it. The siren song of a false equality under their goddess shall blanket the land, claiming every domain and its people.
Even though they count me among the Saintly Seven?
Even then, for that matters little when the equality they espouse is dictated by the goddess, or should I say, the Hierophant. In the end, they will have the same life and death control over all Norzelia that they now hold over the Roselle.
And our wounds from the battle with Aesfrost have only begun to heal. Hyzant will destroy us if we wage war against them in our current state.
But they stand little chance against us if we ally with Aesfrost.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. He's Aesfrost, Roland is Hyzant, and Frederica's neither.
Ally with Aesfrost? Are you of sound mind, Benedict?
Quite. Think about it for a moment. Aesfrost wants nothing more than to loosen Hyzant's grip. They will go to war if it means control of the salt crystals.
Our interests are broadly aligned, yes, but...
Aesfrost has been building toward precisely that purpose for some time now.
With the Death Snell.
You speak of the Death Snell, the weapon that Cordelia mentioned.
Precisely. A weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield to rubble, leaving Hyzant's capital ripe for the taking. Without that weapon, we cannot win. You need only say the word, and I shall convince Aesfrost to join our side.
I appreciate your candor, Benedict, and I do not doubt you could secure Aesfrost's cooperation.
So if you want to know my opinion at the moment, I think Benedict has the better idea. Frederica, I have no idea. We have to fight two armies to get out. Roland, he teamed up with Hyzant, I don't know. Benedict, I like more at the moment, his idea, his plan.
But I fear the harder fight is within our own domain. King Roland's heart will not be easily won.
Exactly, he'll probably be the one to leave.
I bid you listen closely and calmly to what I'm about to ask.
He's about to tell you to become king, isn't he?
From whence this somber tone?
Do you believe King Roland is fit to rule?
What are you implying?
Decorum is of little use when the fate of our realm is at stake, Lord Serenoa. Are you content to spend the rest of your life in servitude to another?
Not another word, Benedict. Roland is more than my king. He is my friend.
And you are Lord of House Wolffort, whose military prowess is known to all Norzelia. Not the guard dog of Glenbrook and Hyzant. What else are you here to do, if not to protect your house and keep its banner aloft? But you have the potential for so much more. All Norzelia could be yours if you but desired it.
Treason, if not outright regicide. These are your suggestions.
Of course not. The blood in your veins and the royal family's ring are claim enough to the throne. There is no need for violence.
I told you not to speak of that again.
But you did not tell me to forget. The time to reckon with your lineage draws near. You must make a...
I've heard enough. Leave me.
Just know that I will do anything you ask of me, Lord Serenoa.
As much as this probably pains Serenoa, I believe Benedict is making the best case here. Even though Asfrost and us do not get along, we will have the same enemy. And being underneath Hyzantian rule isn't going to be great for anybody. And on top of that, I like Frederica and her moveset, and I don't want to get rid of her. So, yeah. And on top of that, don't like Frederica's plan. This one, honestly, for me is the best one.
I pray that you make the right choice. Not only for House Wolfort, but for yourself.
And he is right. Roland is not the best king. He is too emotional at times, as we've seen. And he's too rageful now. Oh. Okay, I'm definitely saving. Definitely saving. Okay, the time's come. We're voting, baby, and I think this is voting for what the ending of the game might be, if I had to guess, because this is a big choice. Once again, House Wolfort stands between three diverging paths. Time has come to lay their convictions bare before the scales and make their greatest decision yet. Oh. 1 second. The time. Oh yeah, everyone. I think this is the ending. You know what? Slot 4. You're special. Let's do this.
You are certain Hyzan's army marches for the Grand Norzelian mines?
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war.
Oh god.
I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
Oh, I can't wait to see Frederica's reaction with this one, and then with Frederica's plan, I can't wait to see Benedict, and with Benedict's idea, I can't wait to see Roland's. Honestly, like I said, not Roland, Benedict, honestly, for me, has the best plan at the moment, and I think I'm going to go with Benedict.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals.
I don't like this plan.
Which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Rosal not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
He doesn't... He wants to save as many people as possible, even at the cost for a few. That means Rosal, Frederica.
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Rosal, is that a small price to you?
It is.
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant.
Roland's gonna flip.
The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears. I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Roselle in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more.
Well, the problem is there's kind of war happening right now with 2 armies heading right at us. We got bigger issues. Afterwards, should be fine, but I have no idea.
All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
I'm gonna say this now. Frederica thinks hard mode, because both sides are gonna kill us. Roland's probably no, actually, I think Roland's medium. No, I think Roland's easy mode. Benedict is probably middle of the lane, if I had to guess.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Roselle would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence!
Oh, he got mad.
I have heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. I would ask for some time to think on the matter.
I'm going, yeah, Benedict's the best decision we can do right now.
I understand each of you keenly, my friends. You have not arrived at these decisions lightly, and I do not doubt your convictions. Yet choosing any of the options before me risks creating a schism among the others.
Yeah, we're gonna lose somebody.
I cannot afford to lose any of you. Not after how far we've come.
Let's see, so if I go Benedict, Roland's gone. If I go Roland, Frederica's gone. And if I go Frederica, Benedict's gone. Of all those 3, I honestly do not care for Roland. I got Maxwell. I just don't see a good thing with Frederica's. I get that we get the Roselle, but then everyone hates us. Everyone. We have 2 armies at our back and front. Roland, it's, here, have the salt. We're gonna roll over for you. I don't know, I like Benedict's way more.
which leaves me only one option.
The scales will... Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, I can actually... What does it mean by there must be another way? This is the first time I have an option to use the scales. There must be another way?
Nay, I mustn't give in so readily. There must be another way. One that will bind us together, not tear us asunder. Now then, to find it. Certainties first. We cannot afford to relinquish control of the salt crystals to any one nation.
Wait, is there a secret fourth option or something?
Salt necessarily belongs to the people, and on that point I shall not waver. There must be a way to bring about the lasting peace Roland desires without the need for Hyzant's warped teachings. Hyzant moves to take the Grand Norzelian mines as I contemplate this. It must be stopped.
Oh, so that's the guy's picture. He looks cool.
They will no doubt make an ostentatious show of power in an attempt to intimidate us. What's worse, they'll soon be at our door, and we'll not defeat them with our army alone. Surely there's a way we can hold them off.
Starve them? That's not happening. We're the ones inside the Wolffort domain. They can just go back and get food. Breathe them with the Wolffort domain's wildfire. Wash them away with water from the Norzelia River. Greet them... Wait, is the wildfire setting our entire thing on fire? Just... Oh, wait. In Chapter 5, is that the wildfire? The statues that I didn't use against... Alora, or whatever her name is? So trap him in the city and burn him?
The wildfire, of course. We'll draw them into the village and set the vast majority of their forces alight. The Hierophant will never relent, however. Hyzant will bear down on us with the full force of their army. We've no chance of winning a protracted war. Hyzant must fall, and quickly. We need Esfrost. We need the Death's Knell. 'Tis the only way we'll pierce the goddess's shield.
Oh, so we're still attacking
I
Hyzant.
hardly relish the thought of asking Gustadolf to come to our aid. He'll no doubt demand the salt crystals in return. Who might help us get our hands on that weapon?
There's one man, and I already know his name. It's Svarg. We just gotta make sure he knows the truth.
Lord Svarog, yes. He swore to fight alongside us. It's time he made good on his word. We share a common enemy in Gustadolf. He'll be a boon. There is still the matter of how we invade Hyzant and incite the Roselle to rebel.
Oh, we're trying to do all three decisions at once? Oh, if we can get entry to the path, it makes sense now. We're trying to take everyone's suggestions and put them forward into one plan. Also, I don't think we should assassinate the Hierophant. That's just gonna infuriate them. Perhaps we press our case with the people of Hyzant. They don't care. The statue has the salt crystal in the middle of it.
Yes! We'll blast away the statue and reveal Hyzant's lies for all to see. If the Rosellan legends are true, an enormous pillar of salt rests within the goddess's statue. Revealing that will prove that the Roselle spoke truth all these years. Goddess and Hierophant alike will lose all claim to authority, leaving them open to a revolt from a united Roselle. And now we have the means to make the explosives that will bring Hyzant to its knees.
Yes, the bombs we took from the thing, yes.
Just one problem remains. How will we manage to pass through the goddess's shield? No banner could pass into Hyzant without arousing suspicion.
That's true.
Unless...
No. Trish and Travis, the bandits. Or the Consortium. We did see them before all this happened, and they said they were going to wait until wait and see what the Wolfort domain does. The Consortium?
Unless they've no banner at all. The Consortium, of course.
Wow, look at that guy's picture. He has a grin.
One glimpse of the salt crystals ought to bring Claris to the table. So long as I play to his self-interest, the rest will follow. I have it. I've found a way to give everyone what they want most in one fell swoop. The salt crystals will belong to all, and not just a privileged few. The people of Norzelia will finally be lords and ladies of their own making, masters of their own destinies. Benedict's fervent desire to protect the domain's integrity?
Wait, why is the scales moving?
Roland's yearning for equity? Frederica's resolve to free her people? I hear you all, my friends. You're not alone. Nor are the countless others who look to me at this late hour. If ever there were a time to heed my father's last words, it is now. I must forge my own path and lead my people. The scales cannot save us this time. The words of my closest confidants have revealed a way forward that the scales never could. All that remains is to convince them to follow me down the path I have made. As Lord of House Wolfort, I solemnly swear an oath by which all future lords shall be bound.
What?
I will never turn my back on the promise of a better world.
I have no idea what's happening. If griefs could passions move? That's a weird name. If griefs could passions move. Alright, we're gonna say this in slot 1. If I made a mistake, I'll reload. Maybe. Let's see what happens.
Thus did Serenoa ascertain the scale's true purpose. Taking up the mantle of his late father, Lord Simone, and the ill-fated Dragan, Serenoa returns to present his allies with a bold new vision for Norzelia's future.
Those of aspiration. Oh, the music is kicking.
I have made up my mind. We turn the salt crystals over to no one, but we do not keep them for ourselves. Instead, we distribute them equally to every person across Norzelia and change the face of the continent.
Do you hear yourself?
Do you mean this sincerely, Serenoa?
What of the Roselle?
I speak my conscience, and I promise I have not forgotten the Roselle. Pray, grant me the time to explain my strategy. We must put an end to the teachings if we are to release the salt to all Norzelians. Which is to say, the holy state of Hyzant must fall.
So we are to take up Benedict's proposal?
No. I propose we attack on 3 separate fronts.
At the same time?
We will use our domain's wildfire to prevent Hyzant from capturing the mines. Meanwhile, I wish to negotiate an accord with Esfrost that affords us use of the Death Snell. I know full well the risks involved. However, I believe we can convince Svarog, who opposes the Archduke, that an alliance is worthwhile. Finally, we expose the falsehoods that prop up Hyzant's precious teachings and incite another Rosellan uprising. In one fell swoop, we can abase the Hierophant and throw the capital into chaos. That accomplished, we shall sack the holy state with Esfrost at our side. With both the source and the crystals in our possession, no one in Norzelia will ever want for salt. We can bring peace, equity, and stability to all Norzelia, just as Roland envisioned. We can restore the Wolfort name to its former glory and usher it into a new era as Benedict desires. An era, my dear Frederica, in which the Roselle shall be free once and for all. What I ask may sound impossible, but we have survived long odds before. Let us cling together and do so once again. Do any present have objections to the path I have set before us?
None from me, lad. You've quickened the very blood in my veins.
Permit me to speak plainly, Your Majesty. I am in agreement with Lord Serenoa.
We cannot dream our desires into reality. Some things must be fought for and won.
We've tried your way, Benedict. It's time we tried something new.
They're all being talked to by their proteges and other things.
I am ashamed to admit that my obsession with the domain's safety may have blinded me to more aggressive solutions. Your plan is audacious, perhaps even reckless, but it is not impossible and may well be worth the risk. House Wolfort is better for having you at its helm, Lord Serenoa.
The fate of my people always felt so small compared to the war raging around us. Yet you would still choose to walk a dangerous path, rather than cast the Roselle aside. It would be my honor to fight alongside you, and see this through.
I honestly thought Hyzant would rule better than I could. That they would bring prosperity to Norzelia. I shrank from my duties and lost myself to the idea of revenge upon Gustadolf. I may well have betrayed my own kingdom. But you, Serenoa, opened my eyes to the truth. And for you, my friend, as King of Glenbrook, I shall face any enemy and lead our people to glory.
Then we've no need of the scales.
You know, it's a very important and big moment in the game when the title theme's playing. Just like with Metaphor Fantasio, the main theme of the game plays in the very last boss of the game.
Our path is decided. From here on out, we shall split into 3 regiments. Allow me to explain the role each has to play.
Oh wait, we're having 3 groups?
I pray that clarifies what each regiment needs do. Prolonging the war risks slowly driving the 3 kingdoms to ruin and starving their people in the process. Not to mention, all involved will lose sight of what they were fighting for, if they haven't already.
Agreed. 'Tis for the good of all if we bring it to a swift and decisive end.
And so we find ourselves contemplating war on 3 fronts.
Hyzant and Esfrost aren't expecting such drastic action from us. The element of surprise may deliver us victory.
As will the leader of each regiment involved in this gambit.
I shall lure the Hyzantian army to their doom here at Castle Wolfort.
Svarog knows who I am, and swore he would fight alongside me. I shall depart for Esfrost and hold him to his word.
Pray, let me be the one to journey to Hyzant.
I mean, I know you want to, but is that the... they don't care about her, it's fine.
I would love nothing more than to expose their false idol for all to see, and lead my people to rebel in the name of freedom.
Just like your mother did. Tried.
Then I shall secure the help of Claris of the Consortium in exchange for information about the salt crystals. He can secret you inside the capital and provide you with explosives enough to fell the goddess. Though we fight on distant fronts, we are bound together in spirit. We fight to the last for Norzelia!
For Norzelia!
Oh. Oh, okay. I was confused. I'm like, my game freeze? Oh, excuse me. I thought you were dead.
No, it can't be. General Avlora? Of the Asfrosti army?
Former General. I come to you now as a citizen of Norzelia. Nothing more. I come to House Wolfort in search of sanctuary. I beg you, have the mercy to take me in.
Wait here.
General Avlora, we thought you missing.
Indeed, it was your actions that caused my brief disappearance, though I bear no grudge for how the battle ended. This time, however, I come to you with a humble request. I wish to join your ranks, if you'll have me.
You wish to defect? To what end?
That we may bring this fraught and fractious chapter of Norzelia's history to a close. I would see those of Lady Cordelia's generation preside over an era of peace and tranquility. You've every right to doubt me when I say Lady Cordelia has touched me. But I swore to be her sword forevermore, not Esfrost's.
We have long been enemies. You've taken much from us in Esfrost's name. I know you to be many things, General Avlora, but a schemer and a liar are not among them. I trust that you speak true, and your talk of a swift end to this conflict appeals to me. We are of the same mind.
My lord.
Nevertheless, there remains bad blood between us. There may be some within our ranks who are less than pleased to see you.
Roland. Yeah, everyone's looking at Roland.
I expect there will be. I understand their hurt, and have made my peace with it. I will suffer their slings and arrows gladly, if it means bringing peace to Norzelia.
I admire your conviction. In truth, we have already arrived at our decision. Your strength is a boon we can neither hope to replicate nor replace. I welcome you, General Avlora, to House Wolfort.
My sword is yours, Lord Serenoa.
Well, I didn't expect that. Easy there, Roland. She's strong. Oh, and cool. A fierce fire willing to risk even her own life. Stats increase when her HP is low. Boosts an incredible attack. Boasts an incredible attack, powerful attack, though is not without danger. Does that mean don't go near her when she's doing it? Oh. Oh yeah, she's there now.
Now, Serenoa, let us divide House Wolfort into 3 regiments.
Yep. I guess.
I leave the allocation of forces in your capable hands.
Oh, good, no, don't make me do this.
Choose wisely. Once the plan is in motion, we won't have the luxury of adjusting our strategy.
Yay.
Understood.
Okay, everyone needs a healer and an archer and a spellcaster. All units will be divided into 3 regiments. Each regiment will fight its own separate battle. Okay, Benedict's regiment has some good look. You got Avlora for some reason. Okay, Roland, what do you have? You got Rudolph, Maxwell, which, yeah, Maxwell should go with you. You got the Decimal. Oh, you even got Anna. And Jens. You have some decent damage dealers, but you have... No, I can make him a healer. He has a heal, Narv. Let me see, what other healers do we have? And then for Frederica, it looks like I'm with her at the moment. I'm curious. What do you have? Deal greater physical damage when at 50% or less at your max health. Decrease your HP by 15%. Your max HP deal physical damage to a single enemy. You cannot use this if your HP is below 15%. Deal physical damage. Lady, you are scary. Okay, so we got one healer over here. Technically can be in healer. Okay, Milo's coming with us. Oh man, I'm gonna keep her here. That'd be interesting. Piccoletta. Who wants Piccoletta? She is an interesting one. You want Piccoletta? I'll give you Piccoletta. You get all the weird ones. Okay. I just noticed I have 2 healers. So in fact, here. I'll do this, and you give me this guy. Actually, yeah, give me Decimal. I'll take Decimal. Oh, this is gonna be a weird fight for me. In the front I go. There. Honestly, I think... Let's do this. And then Huette goes with you. And then I get Rudolph. Then you guys have an extra one, so who do you want to give up? We don't have a tank, but... I mean... I think she'll be your tank. Alright, you got... Oh no, actually, yeah, you got 2 tanks. I want him. No, actually, give me... Yeah, there we go. Alright. Benedict's regiment to catch an army.
Hyzant raises their army on the presumption they can seize the Grand Norzelian mines for themselves. The Hierophant has ordered them to destroy House Wolford as well. We, however, will not yield. The salt crystals are ours, and we will defend them with our lives. Hyzant shall bend the knee at the tip of our blades. Their army may have the advantage of numbers, but even that will mean naught against our wildfire traps. The Hyzantian army blindly obeys the Hierophant. But the Hierophant has no power here. We choose our own path, and we have the courage of our convictions. This battle is but the first step on the path Lord Serenoa has laid before us. Let us take this first step together and rejoice. For Norzelia, now and forever.
Can I save it? A lot of things have happened, and I like to save it. Oh wait, Roland's regiment, assault on Twinsgate.
Twinsgate is sealed. Gustadolf hardens his defenses at the encampment within. We will approach the gate and request an audience. We may yet find common ground with Esfrost. The duchy wields the Death Snell, a weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield surrounding Hyzant to rubble. We need that weapon if we are to break the Holy State's stranglehold on Salt, and thus Norzelia. I know this may feel a betrayal to some of you. Esfrost invaded us. They are the enemy. They murdered my father and brother, and I will never forget nor forgive them for it. But I believe if Father were still here, he would see that I go to Esfrost for the right reasons. That I ask them for aid so that we may thrive. For above all, a king's duty is to his people. And I would sooner cast out the shadows of the past by building a brighter future than lament our lot in life. I ask for your aid in building that bright future. Let us walk the path set before us by Serenoa, and lead Norzelia into a new era of peace and prosperity unlike any we've known.
Alright, time for Frederica's. Which is... Rosellan Rescue Effort.
To the plan. We shall slip into the capital of the Holy State, disguised as a band of merchants from the Norzelia Consortium. Lord Claris has taken on no small amount of risk in agreeing to help us gain entry. We are truly in your debt, Lord Claris.
I stand to gain more from a liberated Norzelia, where Hyzant no longer dictates the terms of trade and commerce. In short, spare no extra thoughts for me. This is as much a business consideration as it is helping those in need.
As he says, this is for the future of Norzelia. We now endeavor to destroy the goddess's likeness that serves as a pillar of their teachings. If the Rosellan legends are true, we will find that the statue concealed a massive pillar of salt that was stolen from my people. This salt pillar is incontrovertible proof that the teachings and the goddess around which they are built are lies. The faithful will be shaken to their core, and the Hierophant's power will wane. With luck, we may even show the Roselle they were without fault, inciting them to rise once more and cast off the yoke of their oppressors. This is nothing less than a battle to wrest control of Norzelia from the clutches of a capricious and vengeful goddess. Have you prepared the explosives, Lord Claris?
Prepared and loaded onto a cart, my lady. Enough to bring the goddess back to Earth, I should think.
Excellent. Then let us depart.
So we have 3 groups, 3 battles each group's gonna be dealing with. Oh boy!
You are a marvel, Lady Frederica. A Rosellan with as frosty blood, fighting under House Wolford's banner. Who better than you to challenge Hyzant's tyranny? Do you not feel the weight of destiny upon you?
This is not destiny, Lord Claris. Nothing could be less certain than the moment in which we find ourselves. Serenoa and I have traveled a long, hard road together. It brought us here, but it does not end here. And so we walk on.
Now you seek to fell the goddess. You are possessed of an iron will, if you'll forgive the expression.
I shall take that as a compliment. Watch over us, Mother.
Alright. Seems like everyone's set. Oh, I'm saving this on a different slot in case I messed up my party making. Alright, everyone. I went from probably going to team up with Aspfrost to having a war on 3 fronts, but still gaining allies with Aspfrost. Oh. I can only imagine what the other decisions do. They make it clear that choosing one of their decisions would lose a party member because they wouldn't be happy. And I was going to do Benedict until I saw that option, because the entire game always goes to the scales. This one's like, actually, let's not use the scales. Everyone's right and wrong. For this, well, we did it. So, yeah, whew. I will see you guys next time. Next time, things are probably going to get a lot more busy. I'll probably, yeah, I have no idea what, but man, whew. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, well, goodbye.